Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to a slightly different Minecraft server, because today I'm doing an experiment where instead of getting blocks by mining and crafting and doing the generic boring chopping down a tree stuff, today we get a block delivered to our inventories every 60 seconds, and it's entirely randomized. It could be mossy cobblestone stairs, it could be a dark oak button, or it could be grey dye for all you know, but every single other player is also getting a random item, and every other player could be joining from Java or Bedrock. Their names are randomized, their skins are randomized, everything about this server is random, but will people be able to band together despite that, or will it just result in pure unmitigated chaos? Let's find out in today's video, why don't we? So I just tweeted out the link so that anyone can find it if they'd like to join, and I'm gonna place a button down right here, and let's see how long that button lasts, huh? I've spent a while trying to work out the problem with most Minecraft servers, and it's probably lack of Toycat skins. Yeah, this is a significant improvement. I don't know how you don't have one. So yeah, this is a crossplay Java Bedrock server, so some things are going to be a bit weird. The one thing that isn't weird is this progress being made right here. Look how people are collaborating now they don't have things to destroy if others... Okay, never mind. I think one of the smartest things we did, because it's a server and not a realm, is having a no PvP zone in the center. And so everyone is very much getting on each other's toes everywhere, but it's somehow not resulting in unabated chaos yet. Oh look, we've got two beds next to each other. Hey there, lovely. What if I put my Minecraft bed next to your Minecraft bed? How would you like that? Okay. That was on me. So because you can get not only oh my god, I was gonna say you can get not only blocks but items, someone got a spawn phantom, and I just got an enchanted golden apple. You know what? It's a shame I'm here to observe, because I could enjoy this a lot. You know, actually, I deserve an enchanted golden apple. You know, it's funny, even without PvP turned on, you're seeing people go crazy and work out inventive ways to hurt and, you know, murder each other. But the moment we turned it on, just to see what would happen, things have gone a whole another level of crazy, huh? Like, the moment someone starts punching, everyone's just like, well, it's like a food fight, you've got to get involved, you can't stand on the sideline. You see this, like, the instant, like, regret of trying to murder someone and then being murdered yourself? It's just happening on a server-wide level right now. See, if this was a competition to just get as high as possible, this Toycat with the block of ancient debris, obsidian, then basalt and copper is the one winning. But if it's a competition to get as far out as possible, I guess it's with a skull Toycat. I love the amount of chaos one person managed to cause with their spawn shulker by deliberately getting it underside the map, and I like this guy's thinking with like, well, I could just make a little secret base down here if I try hard enough. I love the ingenuity. Everyone's got their own strategy about how to play a world where you just get one random block every 60 seconds, and obviously there's the nerd polars, but I love to see everyone else's weird ways around this. See, this is the way Minecraft was meant to be played. Everyone's squabbling and punching each other, and a few people making progress with blocks that make no sense next to each other, while also managing to light each other on fire. If this isn't the dream, I don't know what is. On every Minecraft server, there are people that try to build, and there are people that enjoy the chaos. And I like that every mildly hostile mob that leads, like, a specific way to deal with it, like a bow or snowballs, just gets to sit there burning people slowly. I love it. People choose to go off the edge rather than to deal with fire, and I love that. I think I just murdered someone. Is that okay? I'm sorry. You know, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't deserve this, man. I don't deserve this. I mean, I totally do, but he doesn't know that. I think someone just hit me with a splash potion of slowness. Oh no, it's the Turtle Master potion. You know, there is one universal positive to this server now, and that's that we have a Strider walking around, just trying to make sense of the chaos he's seeing. So yeah, everything is going, so far, basically the same as you'd expect. Everyone's doing random insanity on their own, with one little group project that is over here. It's called the Toycat Safe Haven Community Club. And as you can see, everyone is just seeing how far the server goes in this direction. A question I'd like to know the answer to as well. Sorry, OMG. Do you think people will believe that I'm the real IBX if I don't have any proof? Okay, let's nah, me. I'm the real IBX. Is this the I'm Spartacus moment? You know, I want to know how people react to that. I bet they'll believe it, right? So away from the insanity of the main island, there truly are 10 people not punching each other off as easily as that would be, but instead growing and growing their little empire. And you love to see it. You love to see it. I think the underground society is especially appreciative now there's a mad axe murderer running around. Oh, it's a piglin. See, some number of people actually got swords and are genuinely defending the server from all the spawn eggs that are happening. And it's very crazy to watch. I love that the Strider's still here, just enjoying himself. You keep going, buddy. You keep going. No! You monster! Okay, now we know who the bad guys are. See, collaboration is possible. Someone found a jukebox, someone's got Music Disc 11, and they've decided that those two things should go together, apparently. Oh no, this is much better. I like whatever's happening here. So yeah, the closest thing we have to a house is hidden under spawn, and the closest thing we have to societal progress is this. Oh, this guy has worked it out. He's making his own bridge where he breaks the blocks, and then he can just place new ones and be away from the main path. Whereas the rest of the community is making something that looks more like this. Ooh, it looks like more and more people are breaking off and doing their own thing, trying to live in their own little solo paradise. And the smart thing about this guy is he's just getting a new block in addition to all the existing blocks that he can use. And he's basically untouchable because no one can break those blocks as fast as he can because he's got a diamond pickaxe. I wonder where this person goes in life. Oh no, 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 I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry! Ah, no! I've never regretted anything more. I was trying to see what their username was. That's all I wanted to do. I don't know how I didn't see this one coming, but I can honestly tell you I didn't. And the amount of havoc it's gonna wreak on this bridge too. That is also something I didn't expect. Meanwhile, guy with 8 obsidian over here has made it. He must have a diamond pickaxe, right? Whoa, 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 whoa! What did I just witness? Did someone steal the obsidian island just to get them off it? That seemed a bit mean. See, my money's on this cool cat right here. They've got a tome of undying, so something must be going right in their life. Man, this house over here has expanded into something else altogether, it looks like. Kind of nutty, huh? Okay, the house that was here has turned into something else entirely. I wouldn't say it's better, but I definitely wouldn't say it was worse. Also, Jesus, the endless music playing is fascinating. By the way, you can literally get any block in the game, including the ones you're not meant to as a survival player, and that includes the zombie horse spawner. It was kind of rude of him to kill it, but... I guess if you get a netherite sword, why wouldn't you murder everyone? It makes you realize the one thing standing between most people and genocide isn't morals, it's like means required to do so. I'm literally a server admin and he wants to kill me too. I don't know how I'm meant to react to that. And so to conclude, at the end of the first hour, the bridge project is going on like wildfire, having occasional forks, but very much sticking to this same thing. But it is diametrically opposed to the house people who exist right here by spawn, where they can die, come back, and still decorate their houses, as they're doing a wonderful job at right now. Okay, now this is a twist I didn't expect. Someone managed to make a nether portal out of the old base over here. What happens when you go through? Oh, it's just the nether. Well, that's interesting. Oh, most players can't go into the nether. It's only me because I'm a server admin or whatever. By the way, you just have to shout out the smartness to how all of this works. This was set up by Jira, good friend of mine. He knows servers, and he knows how to make it so players can't go there unless they're me. Yeah, you enjoy what you've done to yourselves there? Not as much as this guy enjoys what he's done to himself. I told you the cat knew what it was doing, and I confirm he's correct right now. I think the real smart meta is the dude who decided to start his own new thing all the way down here. Also, look at all the players falling past. It is an intense time to be alive. Now that's what I'm talking about. Finally, we've got the music disc that people want to listen to. I did secretly just think someone became a member though. But you know what, it's fine. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Okay, I found a new couple favorite of people on this server. These guys started a house just above the main bridge, and they've got all the essentials. They've got a door, they've got a bed, they've got an ender dragon egg, and most importantly, a mushroom. Oh, and a turtle, I guess. I guess those are pretty important, huh? And it is fascinating to watch. It really is. 2 hours in, and all of a sudden, you're starting to see that kind of like a snowflake grows in all directions. Everyone is doing their own thing in every direction at all times, and it's wild to see because, again, you can see how this bridge is going everywhere. This house turned into a staircase to nowhere. This is just endless, it seems. I don't know. Oh, no, it's not endless. It eventually reaches this, what might be the most impressive thing I've seen yet. They really are getting a full-on house going. I like it. I like the resistance movement over here. And all of the spruce slabs that they apparently have. Even a wandering trader. It's crazy because this really does look like a Minecraft base. Just a little bit weird in the blocks they're using for the walls. Also, they've got a llama. Again, very essential in my opinion. I think organizing the blocks all into one place is actually pretty clever. I don't know how there's bundles on this server. Well, I'm not going to question that. I'm going to put all my things in it, though. Okay, 12 hours in, and it's quickly becoming clear that something that started as randomness has devolved into anarchy, which maybe it's just prone to do, but look at the spawn area right here and the insanity around it, and all it took was one player getting a lava bucket and a water bucket near enough to each other, which is bound to happen eventually, and they made this ludicrous amount of cobblestone, as you can do, because again, this is just anarchy server mode now. There is very little in the way of like actual functioning beautiful builds, which maybe is to be expected, but every now and then you find someone who's like, yeah, I made a house. It was hard to build this house, but I made it nonetheless. And there's something I respect about that, even when it's filled with a pea cow. In case you want an update on how the bridge is going, not only has it been expanded into multiple little houses and offshoot bridges and whatever this is and whatever this is, but then you can see how, once you reach a certain point, this beautiful house made from so many different blocks has been pieced together, and honestly, I actually like this. I feel like, although usually when you combine too many blocks together in a house, it gets kind of ugly quickly, I feel like the sheer number of different blocks has to be respected in this one, right? At least in my opinion. The randomness in which it's placed, it's just, I love it. It's very, very good in my opinion. And yeah, this whole area is the small element of civilization before a long stretch of, how do we say, not civilization. So this is 500 blocks away from spawn. This is 700 blocks away from spawn. Oh look, there's a shipwreck over here. That's nice. And then 1,000 full blocks away from spawn, there is another tiny little bastion of civilization. It's fascinating to see how many remnants there are of where someone really tried something. I mean, I guess you could make redstone if you sit around waiting for the components long enough. This truly is the basket of civilization. See, I don't know who's sending the messages, but if you look in the chat, People are saying that they're flying around looking for the blocks that they need. And like, actually, yeah, because the spawn is this random mess of blocks being placed by people, I mean, if you do need a redstone comparator or a birch gate or a candle, you might find it somewhere around here where someone just got it 1 minute and we're like, yeah, let's place that down before moving on to the next. In fact, at this stage, the random blocks you get every 60 seconds are no longer the primary blocks. It's about getting other people's blocks that they've forgotten about. Which is, I don't know, fascinating. Also, you know what's fascinating? Pig Step by Lena Rain. But yeah, I'm endlessly fascinated by how people are dealing with this. And let's just say in the next few hours, we might ramp up the difficulty a tiny bit to keep things fresh. Wait, did someone get a barrier block over here? I guess a barrier block is one of Minecraft's items. I don't know why you'd put it here, of all places. But I mean, fair play. Someone learned the hard way that we disabled withers on this server for precisely this reason. Is Toycat here? Yes? No. I just don't know what to believe anymore. But yeah, let's just say that maybe when the sun sets later today, there's gonna be some issues that befall all of these players. As a reminder that sleeping is important. And also that voting is important. Now, what could it be that reminds you both of those two things at the same time? We'll just have to find out, I think. I think it goes without saying now, 14 hours in, that people finally have the blocks to do whatever it is they actually want. I mean, if you need cobblestone, there's infinite sources of generation that people are very much taking advantage of. And so, now I feel like we have to up the difficulty a tiny bit, because otherwise, people are just building wherever they want. It becomes kind of like a creative world. No, we have to reinforce the survival in the word survival server. And so, I have a fun idea. And unlike the random blocks, the random names, and the semi-random skins that seem to be generating, and indeed the random behavior that comes with it seems. Why are they doing this? By the way, have to give credit to these guys. Even when lava is being poured on top of their bases, they're still managing to be champs about it and defend the wood stuff from it. Very nice. So, do you remember those mobs that everyone voted for in 2017? Even though they didn't sound like a particularly great idea, well maybe, just maybe, it's not annoying enough when they attack you. Maybe they need a little bit of extra spice, there we go. And maybe I figured that, you know, that spice, or that heat, could come in the most literal form possible. We had to reset the server to get the fire phantoms to work. A small cost to pay. Okay, this is a healthy number of phantoms, I think, to help. Okay, maybe it's not. So yeah, I've just always had this belief that phantoms weren't annoying enough. You know, have you ever felt like they're just not doing enough to ruin your day? Well, the good news is this server, in its infinite random, maybe has a solution for that. The phantoms breathing fire has been very confusing. Most of them spin in circles, only every now and then just seeming to light a block on fire. But I feel like we've caused terror in the player's eyes, which is fun enough. Hopefully this ramps up better. So one of the things that was leading to people collecting a ton of blocks was keep inventory being on, so when people died they could keep all their stuff, and I felt like this was leading to people just collecting diamond armor and elytras and stuff, and so I turned it off without maybe mentioning, and maybe some people are upset. I mean, maybe. It's it's hard to be sure. But yeah, you know what? A little bit of randomness. You don't know when you die what's gonna happen, and what's more random than that? That is literally the randomness by which we all operate in this world. And if that's not beautiful, I don't know what is. See, I like the people that are scared of nighttime now. That is what I want. Oh, this isn't the type of random I want. So, the fire phantoms led to a lot of chaos and maybe some command blocks and some chest spamming led to a little bit of some server problems, but on hour 36 you can see how those problems have been overcome, and the world is starting to look more and more like an actual coherent place. This house that is constructed from every block imaginable is looking pretty well, and then the underground area just continues going lower and lower and lower. People have now built all the way down to the bottom possible block in the world, and I love the ingenuity of like, yeah, there's a mule in here somehow. I love the way people are connecting their stuff up together and managing to roughly work on making this happen. There are now hundreds of thousands of blocks placed across every direction you can imagine, going thousands of blocks each way, and there are people who like the, reclusive nature of just being over there in the corner somewhere, and there are people wishing they could make snow golems right near the spawn. There are people who have been collecting beacons and other rare blocks, because although every block is equally rare, some blocks are more prized than other blocks, and it's fascinating to see people's, progress and reactions. And I really feel like turning off Keep Inventory has led to it being even more prized and more valued in some ways. I love that there's little doors on the path you have to go through. It is very beautiful that people have managed to get pressure plates working in addition to everything else. We found an American right here who loves their freedom so much they've built a giant tower long away from everything else, especially people with long-range weapons, and they seem to be enjoying themselves, which is something I wasn't fully predicting. Also, again, that one block every new minute is really appreciated by some people. Less appreciated by others, it seems. But, yeah, I think at this point the fascinating thing is how still there are people who come to the spawn to work on these builds, while yet, there is such a infinite world in every direction which people could be working on, and which people do go to do, and that's where a lot of players go. But there's something that draws people back to the spawn to make these big monuments where other players can see them. And if that doesn't tell you something about people's desire to show off, even when everything you build is purely random, again, we have this desire to share and to enjoy and to all these other things. And I think that's so interesting. And if this base with an axolotl, some ancient debris, and everything else doesn't prove that to you, I don't know what does. Okay, 3 days in, and it's becoming very apparent that there is one constant in a random universe, and that is descent into anarchy. No matter how hard and how much you try, eventually everything reaches this same point. With a small exception being the spawn area, which has all of these birch blocks, a few pistons, and then you could argue this is a house, if you were arguing poorly, where we have an orange man. As you can see, he's bought the Let's Play world. That's one of the skins that comes with it. Very cool to see, sturdy Apollo 228. But otherwise, if you look around, you can see that, like, yeah, most... this guy's an Irish flag on their boat. Most things have long descended into just endless nothing or giant stone structures. There is very, very little that stands anywhere close to being in between. Besides these signs, unlike every other experiment I've done, these signs prove that people still are working together despite all of the things against them. Hello to whoever repaired the house, I'm the original owner. Would you like to work together? That is so wholesome. They worked together and built a base. Rather than destroying each other's stuff for parts, they actually made this happen. And it's not the greatest base when you look at the blocks, but it's the greatest base when you look at the story. And I like that. I like that everywhere you look is insanity, but the few pockets that aren't matter so much more because they're surrounded that way. If the whole world was nice, things like this would be the exception. It's like, oh, look how ugly it is. But when the whole world is just weird blocks placed in a long line, it's actually refreshing to see the okay things. I'd go as far as to say it's pleasant when you see an actually nice thing, and I totally feel that, When we come back to the server tomorrow, do you think the boat with the Irish sail will still be there? I don't think it will be. But I'm pleasantly surprised to be wrong, because please be kind, I'm a self-made man. People's Commonwealth of Cobblestone and Lava Incorporated has stood in to defend it, and so that's why when okay, no, it's gone. See, now that's so interesting. Like, in so many parts of the server it looks the same, because it's all equally ugly, but it's actually changing all the time, and you just don't notice it. I think that you could argue, therefore, that having pretty builds around the place is actually something that holds you back, because the more interesting things you have, the more things that can be destroyed. That's why you should never intend to have money or fame or wealth or anything that someone can take from you. Because then, if no one can take anything from you, then that's real freedom, is what I'm learning from this random experiment. I'm also learning that, again, doesn't matter the server type, doesn't matter what resources you give people, it doesn't stop people thinking, you know what'd be funny? Lava falls with waterfalls to make cobblestone falls that go on endlessly. It's the most powerful way to make a serious ton of blocks very quickly, and I think it's interesting that so many people flock to it as a concept. And, yeah, you know, oh wow, look at this, by the way. I was gonna say, you know, randomness never changes. The fact that someone built a house here, and then I'm assuming someone then exploded it, there's no way this was naturally destroyed. So, someone built a house, and either didn't finish it, or it got destroyed, but they've got a lovely plot of land regardless. Also, there's no point in griefing, I'll always rebuild. This is the sort of optimism I need in my life, that's all I'm saying. Why can't I place blocks on top of the sign? Huh. That seems like a bug on the server. But yeah, all the happiest builds are the ones that look so bad no one even thinks to grief it, because ultimately, when you're reliant on other people's generosity to not have your things destroyed, the easiest way is to hope that they don't even think you have something worth destroying. And if there's anything that's not worth destroying, this server is the personification of that, and I do kind of love it. This, you know, every day, something else slightly random happens that really does confuse me more than I understand it, and I like the weird emergent personalities that are forming in this world. Will they continue for the next 2 days, or will griefing take over everything? Is, you know, can you truly random out griefing? Or, you know, because again, it exists right now, but it doesn't seem so bad. Or does griefing always win? I hope it's the first one and not the second one. I'm gonna stand on top of this dragon egg for tomorrow and see if that manages to last or not. Again, not a lot of hope that it will, but we can always believe. If you'd believe this, the dragon egg is still just okay a whole 24 hours later. In fact, things have been going at a fairly fun pace. People are starting to get used to it, and what is the point of random if people are fully adjusted to it? Randomness must strike when you least expect it, which is why today I had something slightly different in mind. I mean, you could argue it was fun. You could argue that all of this is fun, although some people might disagree. And so I figured we'd up the ante a little bit today, because fire-breathing phantoms, random items, sometimes keeping your inventory when you die and sometimes not, all of that is fun. Not as fun as this statue of Toy Cat, though. But anyway, so today we've upped the ante, and let me show you what I mean by that. So yeah, what's more random than taking everyone's favorite passive mob, the cow? Oh, it's not spawning. And maybe making it a little bit hostile. Oh, this person's AFK, so they're not able to enjoy what is happening right here. But I am enjoying this a lot. I am enjoying the befuddlement of the guy realizing that he is being attacked by cows, and he genuinely might not survive this, and I'm loving it too much. That was so perfect. I love it so much. I love the way they're chasing them too. I love the aggression in these cows so much. So yeah, chasing people with cows has allowed me to see this, by the way. This might be the most beautiful island I've seen, where they actually managed to make the random block vibe work in a way that I genuinely can't understand. How do these random copper stairs add anything? Apparently they do. Apparently they're so random, they work, and I'm fascinated that anything positive can exist on this server. Because again, it's too hard to plan for anything except a perfect house in the middle of nowhere. This guy's a Neverite shovel, but he's still very scared of the cow, and I love that a lot. Okay, I've got a fun idea. I'm gonna have a ton of cows be up here, so when he eventually gets to the top, he's gonna realize the cows are there, and they're all gonna attack him, and it's gonna be glorious. This is what my life is all about. Watching a man fight for his life against an army of cows, and baby cows too, by the way. Wouldn't have predicted that they would be involved in this, but apparently they are. Try and tell me this isn't the most glorious thing you've ever seen on a Minecraft server. Someone escaping cows by running into lava, and another person having to run onto their own little scaredy blocks because the cows terrify them that much. It is beautiful, and I cannot stop looking. People are going to tell stories about the day that the cows started attacking. Oh no. The cows are making chase now. Who's going to win? You know, the only thing better than hostile cows is a stack of hostile cows. You know what? Again, I love that the theme of this server is random, and sometimes it surprises even me, you know? Sometimes it surprises me. You know what? This house isn't so bad either. There are occasional good things mixed in with the insanity. Also, today I learned that Minecraft Bedrock signs censor pretty much every word, but they don't censor dipshit, so apparently that's an allowed word. Today we learned. So this guy lives all the way out in the corner of the world, and let's just say he wasn't prepared for the cow that came after him. I feel very sorry for him, honestly. Oh no, he's definitely not prepared for this though. I mean, I could do this all day. I think I found peak entertainment for myself, and it's watching a man try to take down a stack of cows on a very limited island 1,000 blocks away from spawn. This little kitty girl spawned in a llama for me. I don't think they realized their base is overrun by... Oh, wow. Betrayal right there. I don't think they realize it's the cows that are hurting them. But you know, maybe the cows are hurting us all and we just don't realize. Yeah, they're getting regularly hit by cows and they think it's me. They don't understand that it's not. Aw, this person feels so betrayed. It's not me! It's not me, I swear! Okay, well, they're pretty advanced, it seems. They're just going around slaying people. So I thought I'd seen it all, and then I saw this, and then I realized that, you know what? I guess true randomness can't be properly described. Because this is a stack of cows riding a bee, and it is a surprisingly effective mob on this server. Just a reminder, you can trust no one. This is too much. This is too much. You know, I'd stay on this server all day, but I've got somewhere to be. You sure are being a cow right now. You know, these jokes are bad. I should feel bad. I don't know why this is the funniest thing in the world to me, but I can assure you it is. I can assure you that there is nothing I enjoy more than watching a swarm of angry bee cows destroy this man. Ah, cobblestone pillars. Cobblestone pillars never change. On this, day 6, the penultimate day, I think we should appreciate the beauty behind some of the things built way up here, so far away that you don't even spot them from the rest of the server, because if you do check the very top of this, you'll see that actually, although this is clearly what started as someone's brief little project, it's, you know, nice enough. There's little fun places on the inside. Something I love is that this, whether on purpose or not, accidentally seems to have become a massive volcano, and it's actually kind of beautiful that you wouldn't realize it's there, because no, who's going to climb this cobblestone pillar? Not most people, but if you did, you would find a beautiful volcano with a few little runoff areas like this that I just feel like would be perfect real estate for a house. I'm just saying, want to start a house anywhere? Right next to the volcano is where people probably don't consider looking, and maybe you should consider coming all the way down here just for that. So tomorrow is the last day of this experiment running, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the results are of a full week of this, because we've seen progress, but we haven't seen any progress like a week's worth of progress all in one place, huh? A week in, and the experiment has finally ended, and let me just say, the results were interesting. I feel like when I was witnessing those first few minutes and hours, I never would have expected it would come to anything like this Anarchy server looking mess, except it's Anarchy with that fun little twist of every single block is available here, which makes it much prettier in my opinion. But it's not just a pretty mess, as you're going to see at the spawn area anywhere. People love to grief the places that people can see, because again, you're giving it free attention, and that attention could be destroyed if someone tried hard enough. But there are interesting things built all over the place. Like this base over here that was so concerned about strangers, they made a flamethrower defense system. This is one of my favorite redstone contraptions that, as you can see, is a little bit ludicrous to see in practice. In fact, it's a lot ludicrous, right? But it doesn't mean it's not enjoyable in the slightest. And honestly, I love the way they managed to bring a little bit of safety and a little bit of fear into the hearts of anyone who comes near here. Very, very beautiful. Getting that many fire charges together is a genuine challenge, and they used it wisely to defend their wooden base. I feel like actually using fire wasn't so smart for that. There's also this beautiful structure which somehow managed to stay intact. I think being off the beaten path is a handy part of that. My god, is this the one beautiful thing to come out of all of this, or what? The fact that they put this together is really a testament to the fact that you don't need good terrain to make a beautiful Minecraft build. You can build it above literal midair and it can still be beautiful. Oh, it's too good. On the other hand, though, beauty is just a societal construct, and us all saying that last build is pretty kind of downplays the fact that someone did manage to put together a base that looks like this. I mean, sure, it's not traditionally beautiful, but you're not traditional beautiful either. That is how I say beautiful now, I've decided. And so yeah, as you can see, absolutely delightful. So many wonderful things to say about this, like, it's interesting. I also think there's a beauty in how exactly this path across the endless nothing played out. There is no official reason for this to need to exist. Once you go about a few hundred blocks away, most of the time you can be left alone, but people were committed not to the idea of being far away, but to the idea of having this very big group project. And yeah, in some places it falls a bit short and gets a bit weird. Also, ooh, there's a sign. Let's read what that one says. I made a friend. Yay, day 102,341 of bridging. But the fact that people were just curious about, like, how far could they bridge for? What would they eventually reach? That is something else that is endlessly interesting. And it's cool because to make a project, you don't have to put thousands of blocks worth of walking in, although apparently that helps. Even if you want to go all the way down here, you can use the vines for it. But also, there were people that cleverly used that spawn to their advantage. I mean, this thing is just an objective mess, right? You might think. Every player tries to run away from it because, you know, it's just one of those things that people have fear struck into their hearts doing. But that's why it's such an interesting place to potentially make a base, you could say. And what if, let's imagine, someone actually did that? Well, that would be insane. No one would actually do that, right? Except maybe, just maybe, if we make our way through enough of these layers, you'll find something interesting. Besides, I think these structures, even though they're not meant to be beautiful, I think they have their own little form of beauty. But if you look over here, and then you dig through some walls, and you go through some lava, and you'll notice that actually, this is a clever place to hide a base, because who's looking around the cobblestone for a secret waterway down? Most people aren't. Truth be told, as I look around the server more and more and more, the more I realize this is actually a very pure way to do a server. Despite my very joking attempts before at socialism or communism in Minecraft, I feel like this is the closest we've reached to pure equality, with the only defining trait that means you do better or worse than someone. How is this chest possible, actually? I don't understand what's happening here, but it's scaring me. But yeah, basically, okay, I broke the chest and then, oh, okay. Can we break the server doing this, do you think? I bet we can. We'll just leave that for now. But, how did they make a chest that, like, replaces itself? I'm so confused by what's happening right there. Can I put another item in its place? Okay, it just gets replaced anyway. Anyway, yeah, this server did something hugely interesting, and that was to give everyone the exact same access to resources, with the only thing that allowed you to have more being, you know, direct conquest of others, or even, this is so interesting to me, either direct conquest of someone else to take their stuff, or what you had to do instead is you had to be on there for a long time. Seniority and skill genuinely took a precedent over spawn conditions or anything else like that, and I find that to be so interesting, because if you could make a good build under those conditions, you probably had something good in you. If you couldn't, then, you know, it's not like you didn't have access to blocks. You had the exact same access to blocks as everyone else in this mad wasteland we called a server. And yeah, as a result, I feel like we accidentally made the one non-political Minecraft server into one that has at least some roots in egalitarianism. Is this the type of Minecraft server you want, though? Or do you want one where there's a clear hierarchy and chain of command, and where people are deliberately unequal based on other factors, and where anything can be taken away at any moment? What do you think, internet? Or do you just like the server with the bees that flew around with cows on their back? I'd love to hear your thoughts, but for now, thank you for watching. I actually would love to not hear your thoughts, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.